guys, welcome back to another video on the HSR. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Today I thought I'd bring you guys along to my morning feeding, kind of what my morning always starts like. So to start things off, guys, we always get a bale of alfalfa. We feed our big fall cow herd half a bale of alfalfa. These bales weigh about 1,500 pounds, guys, and we always feed half a bale a day. It's about 750 pounds of alfalfa every single day. So each cow gets roughly 16 to 18 pounds of alfalfa every day. We do that for a couple reasons. One, they have a calf on them. We really want to push the alfalfa to them, push the protein, keep these cows milking, because I do know that winter can be hard on a fall cow if they're not fed properly. And with the price of feed this year and the price of these calves, it doesn't make any sense to lack on the feed. And so we're really pushing the feed to them. And then they have free choice sedan as well. So let's go feed these girls. We'll get their water turned on. Then we'll go check on the spring cows. Ranch on. As we're cruising here into the pasture, I thought I'd give you guys an update. So today is Friday. On Sunday, we're actually going to be working these calves. We'll do a little cattle drive, cattle drive them to a different pasture, bring the spring cows home. And then this is where these fall cows will be at until we ultimately either wean the calves or sell the calves. So that's getting exciting. We'll be working those. That should be a good video for you guys. They all see me. Let's go get them fed. I'm sure you can notice that did not unroll the best. I think I had it the wrong way, the bale. And also, I don't know what it is, but these bales I got from a neighbor here, they're nice green alfalfa, but once the bales just don't unroll very good. So I don't know, all the test results came back good. You guys can see it's nice green leafy stuff, so I'm not really sure. So the cows aren't really in a straight line. I kind of started here, went this way, came back around, flipped the bale around, dropped some here. But guys, the one thing I really like about fall cows is they're really tame in the fact of I'm feeding them every day. And so even the calves, they're not too worried about me. You know, you can get pretty dang close. This is a full Charolais calf. His mom is one of the white ones. It's actually my daughter's cow, and that's her calf. Calf's name is Grass, and his mom's name is Wilma, because Willa is my daughter. She wanted their cow to be named kind of like her, so that's the name. These calves are growing, guys. We moved up our calving window, probably 2 weeks from the year before. So all these calves should be about 2 weeks older than they were last year at this time. Here's our Jefferson bull. And there's the Hubert bull. He's a Jefferson bull from the Larson Ranch. And here's two of our older calves. They are tanks. Two good bull calves, but they won't be bulls for much longer because we'll work them this weekend. So guys, this kind of give you guys a little bit of a rough idea how we do it. So what we do is we rope and drag. So one of my buddies who likes to rope will rope and drag. He'll catch the back 2 feet of the calves. He'll drag them to 2 people who will mug them. A mugger is someone, we're gonna basically hold the calf down while they get their vaccines, they get castrated, whatever else needs to happen at that point. So the heifer calves will always get, they'll get 3 shots this year. We're gonna give them blackleg. Let's see here, Vista once, Vision 7 with Spur, and a pink eye shot, the Flint Hills pink eye. Just because we're thinking about keeping these calves and running them on triticale when we wean them. And so it's just one of those deals, guys, where I'd rather be safe than sorry. And with vaccine especially in cattle, you don't want to miss it. So that's kind of what we're doing. Here's some good calves. Guys, the one thing I've really liked about this calf crop I have is they're pretty dang uniform. There's 2 or 3 calves that are late. But guys, all these calves are born within about, oh, I don't know, 2 weeks of each other, and you can't even tell. They're all about the same size, which is what I really like. Go look at the cows here for a second. You guys can tell they're in really good body condition as of right now, for the simple fact of I'm not messing around feeding them. Feed's cheap, almost half the cost it was last year, and it's not even worth it in my opinion. Here's one of the best cows right here. She's getting thick. And also guys, these cows haven't been dewormed since the summer, and so that's going to be one thing we're going to hit these cows with. They won't get any vaccine, but they will be getting dewormed, and that should help keep a little bit of weight on over the winter. Here's some more calves. 83, that nice cow right here, that's her calf, the solid red. They're all a little snotty. They'll be ready for the vaccine. You see, here's a late one, there's a late one, there's a late one, and then 68 right here, that's the other late one. But like, look at these ones. All these are pretty dang uniform. So I'm talking about. Anyways, my hands are freezing because it's cold outside. Let's go kick the water on. Hopefully my hose isn't frozen. I drained it last night, but time will only tell. All right, y'all, you can see very temporary setup here. This is kind of my spring cow pasture here at my house, and I didn't have a place to go with my fall cows for a couple different reasons, and we don't have to get into that. I don't need to be chatting about that anyways. We can talk about that later, but so we have them here, but I don't have an automatic water, so every morning and night I'm having to drain hose, turn off hose, which I don't like doing. So once we get them to the fall pasture on Sunday, when we move them, after we work them, it'll be a lot better. All right, so as we're pulling in here to my, I call this my fall pasture, guys. This is a half section that I leased from a lady who has treated us really good, guys. This pasture has been a godsend. It's really been able to help us kickstart our cow herd, help us make our land payment, and all of that stuff as a young rancher. It's really nice to have older people who are going to dive into you and help you and take a chance on you. Ultimately, that's what she did with us, and we have a great relationship, and it's just been a godsend. But the one thing is our lease expires at the end of 2026. It's December 2025. So by the end of next year at this time, we'll have known if she wants to renew our lease, if she wants to sell it, and at that point, you know, we got to try to buy it. I think that's kind of the next step, is just trying to keep acquiring more ground. And you know, I have some buddies. They're gonna do a little TED talk about 3 minutes as we pull into the pasture. I've had a couple buddies before ask me, they're like, hey, you know, you have 50 or 60 cows, which I'm not bragging about that, that's really not that many, but they're like, why are you still selling real estate? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But most of their parents have been ranching beforehand, and they have pasture already. They have stuff that's paid off. For me, guys, I have to do it. Like, these cows aren't making me really any money. They're just paying off my land payment. They're paying off my pickup so I can run the cows. And, you know, for everyday living, I kind of have to have other sources of income. And so it's one of those deals, guys. It's a catch-22. Yeah, from the outside looking in, it might look like a person's successful, quote unquote. But you have to take a deep dive into, you know, not just chapter 15 in their story. And so that kind of plays into not judging people. And so I just think it's important to, which that's one thing I try not to do, is judge from the beginning. I have been bad about that beforehand. But I've been trying, you know, this year to really try to stop that. So that's kind of what I've been feeling like I need to work on. But anyways, that I got really off topic. But ultimately, guys, is I want to be the person who took the chance, so that when my kids, Willa, Prairie, the new baby that we're pregnant with, if they want to ranch, they don't have to go through what I had to go through of trying to make it work, have multiple sources of income. I want them to be able to dive into their ranching operation and just succeed. They'll have pastures that are paid off. They're gonna have cows that we've been building their herd since they've been little. You know, both my daughters already have a cow. And so it's just little things like that, guys, that motivate me to keep going and keep trekking on. So ultimately, my daughters and sons, eventually, if I have any, etc., don't have to go through the struggle we're going through. And there's no better time than now, guys. So if you're motivated to try something, do something new, just do it. Why not? You know, if in 3 years this cow thing doesn't work for me, I still have a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful daughters, another baby. I don't know if it's a boy or girl yet, but guys, that's what makes me happy. My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. If none of this ever works out after today, I'm gonna be fine. So anyways, sorry to get deep on you. I just been feeling like I've been needing to say something to my audience, people that follow me, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I just feel like that's something I've been needing to say. So hopefully that motivated one of you or give you insight, and if it didn't, well, thanks for listening to me. Anyways, we're here at the Spring Cows, and these girls are fat. Like I said, I'm not having to feed them much because they have no calf on them. I'm just trying to keep them in good body condition. And so just feed them a little protein here and there. Once we get these girls in my house on Sunday, because we're gonna cattle, basically our fall cows will be coming into this pasture, and the spring cows will be going to a little 15-acre pasture at my house where I put an automatic waterer in, etc. And so once we get them to our house, they'll be on free choice sedan. I'll have a feeder for them. I just don't have a feeder over here, and I don't want to keep unrolling it because, you know, they just waste so much of it. And so I don't know, just personal opinion, I guess. All right, y'all, so here is our spring cow herd. There's 17 head in here. We're gonna try to grow this to about 30. Been working on a loan through the FSA to acquire another 15 to 20. And so if we can find some good ones, we will. I'm kind of in between, guys, where I'm needing to make money, so I don't need to buy the expensive cows, but I want more cows like her. Medium-sized frame, raised a 600-pound heifer calf this past summer. Same with her. I need cows like this, but unfortunately I need big cows like that, these 17, 1800 pounders, maybe not 17, 18, maybe 15 to 18, because the resale value on those is just so much better, guys. You take them to the sale barn, if they come up open, they're gonna weigh a lot more and they're gonna bring more. So I'm kind of right in between, trying to figure out what's the best for me. Literally almost all these reds I bought as first calf heifers, and yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 of them total. I bought these girls in 2023, so 2 years ago, for $3,000 as bred heifers, and I thought that was so much money. I was so nervous, but I wanted to have a good starter herd, at least a few head that I really liked. Looking back now, I wish I would have bought a bunch more, but yeah, these girls are just, they're just doers, these red Angus girls. And that's kind of the route I want to go. I also have this Hereford here. I really like this cow. She's so tame, you can usually pet her. That was a cow, I bought her as a pair. I bought like 8 Hereford pairs. This would have been 3 years ago, and you guys won't believe this, for $2,100. I sold their calves for like $1,400 3 years ago. And then I ended up selling the cows for $2,600 as bred back, as like heavy breds. And I wish I would have kept them, because those are some calf raised. I actually sold them to one of my buddies, and they're raising giant calves for them, and they're basically paid off. I'm like, gosh dang, I really messed up there. Here's this Cobat water that I call it my automatic water. It's earth warmed, don't have to worry about it freezing. Last year it was -12 blowing, like 30 mile an hour, and I think the wind chill was like negative like 28, 29, something like that. It was literally freezing. And this is kind of up here on a hill, not really protected. This is where the water line was at on this lease pasture. But guys, what it is there's a float, and this is a 10-gallon little tub. Guys, the most I've ever seen this freeze is about this much, maybe about 2 inches, 2-3 inches. And you just come up here, you can usually just kick it. But what I love is that thing keeps up. Last year we had 37 pairs out here in this pasture, and we didn't have any issues with water. The cows start to learn that they have to take turns, and usually about 2 cows can drink at the same time. And so what the cows will do is they'll see cows walking over here, and they'll be like, I'm not going yet. Like, they'll literally start taking turns. It's actually pretty impressive. Anyways, guys, that's enough of me jabbering. Sorry to TED talk you guys, but since I have a platform, I wanted to share my beliefs, what I got. Now, I'm a Christian, family man. That's the 2 most important things to me: my Lord and Savior, and my wife, then my kids. So anyways, guys, we're gonna have big videos coming up here, working the calves, cattle driving. Stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.